The views and opinions of this broadcast do not reflect the views and opinions of Armed Media, New Productions, and its affiliates. Enjoy the show.
No! I'm going down to Alphabet Street. I'm gonna crown this girl that I need. I'm gonna talk so.
Channel switched. User joined.
Good evening, everybody. It is once again Tuesday night. Time for the F word. If you've had one of those effing kind of weeks, that's good because that means F word thinking about faith, family, finance, football. Here's a really good one. Friends, Amy. How you doing, Amy?
Kathy.
Sorry, I'm all choked up. Everybody, you know what? Amy's been on the show before. Amy and I have known each other for 20 years.
Hello, everyone. Don't be choked up. I'm just pretending right there. It's all good.
Okay, sorry, everybody. Got a tickle in my throat. I have to drink some more wine. But actually, it's not. It's sangria, and it tastes really good. And it's raining so hard, I decided that the water had to be turned into wine. But anyway.
How appropriate for you.
Thank you. Yes, but anyway, so Amy and I have known, I'm going to be losing my voice, so I'm going to count on you to talk more. I don't know. This is like a Tuesday thing for me, I guess. But we met, my gosh, okay, so we worked at this company, and I don't care, I'm going to just say the names, Asset Marketing, and I had already been working there, but I was pregnant with Mason, and I was working during the day. And you know what? When I started working there, I knew I was pregnant. And I had to just kind of not go to the doctor right away because I had to wait, I think it was 90 days before our insurance kicked in.
That sounds right.
Yeah. So I mean, I got prenatal vitamins from my neighbor, so I just like, okay, I can do this. And then when I finally did go to the doctor, Dr. Katz, he told me that he was retiring, and I'm like, wait, what? And
he's the one that delivered your other ones, right?
He delivered Keaton and Austin, yeah.
That's what I thought.
And he'd known me since I was 3. So,
oh my God.
Yeah. So anyway, so I'm working there, and then lo and behold, I end up having problems and end up on bed rest. And now, now I'm covered with insurance.
Yay for insurance.
Yeah, oh my God, back in the good old days. We're going to talk about insurance tonight, by the way, folks.
Oh, good.
But,
good.
Man, I'll tell you what. I didn't see a bill back then at all. I mean, we never had to pay anything. I mean, prenatal, everything was 100% covered. Hospitalization, everything was covered.
Wow.
And
my have things changed.
Right? Anyway, wow. So I ended up being on bed rest, having Mason. While I was on bed rest, I was looking for other jobs. Because it was like, that it was a great job, but it was commission. And you know what it was like. We sold everybody. Amy and I sold sports memorabilia and coins at this place.
Rare graded numismatic coins.
Numismatic. Say that word fast. But so when I came back to work, I ended up working nights, and that's where you worked, because that's just what worked out better for me with a third kid now. And we worked overnight. We had so much fun.
Oh my God, did we ever?
I mean, tell everybody.
Like, we got paid to be here and have fun and work and make all this money. Oh my God, this is the best job ever.
I know, right? And tell everybody what we did. I mean, it was crazy. And this is back in the days I used to smoke.
Part of what we did?
Oh my gosh, we had movies. We did our nails. I taught you how to do your nails, to grow your nails.
You did teach me how to do my nails and to grow my nails. And thanks to you, I now have nails.
Yes.
20 some odd years later. But thank you. I eventually listened.
But anyway, I mean, so we did that. We watched movies with that other guy, Jay Goomba, working with us. I mean, the three of us just had a blast. I mean, we seriously,
We did.
you know what? There was a movie that you had me watch. Sorry, I just got a text.
You're on the air live.
I know I'm not going to tell anybody why. Anyway, there's somebody that I like, and he's distracting me. He's distracting me. That's as much as I'm going to say about that.
Ignore.
So anyway, I ended up working with you overnights, and while I was on bed rest, I had interviewed for this job at Prudential, and it was and it was completely different than anything I had done before. I'd been in sales and sales management, and I met with this woman, and she said, you know what, after you have the baby, I would like to offer you a job in our management. So you have to get your insurance license, you're 6 and you're 63. Okay. So I went back to work, and remember, so I was working nights, and then I was working at Prudential during the day. Remember that?
Oh my God, you were a zombie.
I was a zombie, and I had a newborn. And that was just like,
Yeah,
oh my gosh.
you were a total zombie.
And literally through the gate, I mean, honestly, prayer and the grace of God, I passed all the tests the first time. And I mean, I remember the people that went through training with me, they were college students. And here I am, 35, mother of 3, and I mean, they were failing. I'm like, wow, that was God.
Right?
Because like I was a basket case. But worked at Pru. I did it, just like you did. But
Exactly.
I mean, Amy, you made that place. And
and so did you.
And that's such an important F word in our lives, folks. I mean, if you're not having fun doing what you're doing, I don't know why you're doing it.
You shouldn't be.
No. And
Do what makes you happy.
do what makes you
And then it
happy
never
with the
feels like
people
work.
who make you happy. And,
Oh my God, of course.
You know, because
What more can
you
ask
never
for?
know. You never know what tomorrow brings. And
Exactly.
I feel really blessed to have had you in my life this long. You're my person.
Oh, I feel the same way. You are my person too, and what that means is I love her. I would give her my kidney or any other body part.
And she's pretty much seen all
She
my
knows
body
everything.
parts from being in the hospital.
She knows everything. So you weren't getting good with Kathy, but good luck, because it ain't going to happen.
But so I ended up, I left Asset, went, and then I started doing Proof full time, and then I got headhunted over to Life USA / And
Yep.
I'm going, Amy, you gotta try this out. And where did you
And
end
I came
up?
over there.
Yep.
I went to Allianz with you.
Mm-hmm. So we were
And I
working
was there,
together
like-
again.
Oh my God, yeah, it was so fun. But we always have like an awesome work. We can play really hard, but we work twice as hard.
Oh, completely. I mean, wow.
This
I
is
mean,
how
I look
you and
back
I
at
work
those
together.
days. I mean, Mason was 15 months old when I started there. And he broke my nose, and I had a black eye.
Oh my God, I forgot all about that.
Yes, remember you gave me makeup. That's when I first learned about your, what do we want to call it? Should we call it an obsession with makeup? Problem?
That's fine. My makeup problem, that's totally fine. It's my
You guys
February
actually
secret.
know I'm going to use an F word for it. Fetish. One of your...
No.
If you have a fetish for makeup, you, like... I've never known anybody that... I mean, seriously, you had... It was... I don't even remember what the makeup looked like. It was a round thing that you screwed the top off of, and it had, like, blue, yellow...
Oh, with all the different concealers to cover your black eye.
Yes, and it was the best thing
All the
ever.
different undertone colors, of course.
Yes.
The green to cancel the red. Yeah.
Mhm.
Purple to cancel the yellow.
And
yeah,
you showed me how to use it, and it was so nice. So it was like, oh my God, because I was literally just starting at Allianz. And I'm like, oh my God, I look like I came from the trailer park. No offense if you live in a trailer
it
park.
looked like it was that. I remember going over there that night, and I'm like, oh my God, your little kid beat the hell out of you. What the hell happened to your face?
Mm-hmm. And he hit me with a
They're like, oh, you hit me
F-word
with a
flashlight.
I'm like, you weren't kidding, dude.
I know, my God. So, so I went into the insurance industry and
Brought a lot of good people with us.
learned, but you know what the thing is? Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of people whose lives have changed.
Oh my God, completely.
From me going to get that job while I was on bed rest, if you think about it.
Well, yeah, I mean, the debt of gratitude I owe you, you have no idea.
Golly, why does he have to choose right now to distract me? But, well, anyway, so, I forgot what I was talking about. Sorry. Why do I get so distracted?
Finance, you were talking about how the financial services industry changed your life.
Going into financial services, I mean, working at Allianz was literally life-changing. And it was like I said, it was life-changing for so many of us. I mean, because you came, Jay did, Greg did. My gosh. I can't even,
I don't even remember them all.
Bob did. Yeah, so it was just crazy. I remember I had to vouch for Jay because Denny was actually concerned that he would be smart enough.
Yes.
I'm like, no,
and
he is.
Love Jay.
We love Jay.
And Jay's totally smart, but yeah, that was that.
And Jay like went up the ladder big time there.
Oh,
so
Jay's like super good. Yeah.
Yeah. And still in the business. But I mean, so you started, here's another F word, folks, FAST team. So the FAST team. Oh my
God, I haven't heard that one in forever.
Yeah, the FAST team was amazing. I mean, work hard, play hard. My God, we were on the phones working with the independent agents and really, oh God, I think we had, when I started there, 3 annuities and life products, and then we were just getting started with long-term care too. And it was like, oh my God, how am I going to learn all these?
And we did it.
And we did it. And then
we did it, and we did it, and we learned it like the back of our hand.
Right. And the thing was, I mean, it was just such a great time in the industry. I mean, and the thing is like, I just realized how passionate I was about making sure seniors were taken care of. Because it's like the big thing
your
is like
appreciation for everything changes when you're in the industry.
Right. I mean, learning that the number one fear people have is outliving their income. And and heaven forbid, one of the things I learned, just when I started at Prudential was, oh my God, I knew I had life insurance. I knew I needed life insurance. The thought of it made me absolutely crazy beside myself with grief because I got it when Keaton was a baby. And then my Lutheran Brotherhood agent said, get it. Okay, so it was like, get it on your child, get it on yourself.
Okay.
One thing he didn't tell me was that, okay, so I was 25 when I had him. When I turned 30, I could have had it increased automatically. When I had another child.
Oh, you had a buy-up option on it.
Yes. And so when I had another child, I could get it automatically without checking health, right?
Right.
So each time, but and it was so
renewable.
Yep. And so what really irritated me was I was 35 learning about this stuff and looking at myself going, hey, he never told me I could have this much more coverage. And I had no idea. He never checked back in with me. Nothing.
What?
Nothing.
He never
No.
like, happy birthday card, no, hey, Mary,
Yeah, well, he
happy
might
holiday
have.
card, none of
Yeah.
that.
He might have, but
That's
I mean, when
heck.
you think about that, so many people out there are not aware of what they have if they have it, and more people than not don't even have it. So,
Oh, I
literally-
agree. And the misconception of what you think you need versus what is reality is two different things, too.
and Amy, I'm going to tell you what. When I found out, when I started working at Prue, and I found out that, wait, so if you've got cash value, you can actually access some of it.
Uh-huh.
Interesting, because I had just come off of being on bed rest and money was tight. So
Well, yeah.
I went in and I took some money out of my life insurance because I'm like, oh my gosh, here we are struggling.
And it didn't,
I'm making, I'm
right,
making
and it made a huge
60%
difference
income
in your
on
life.
disability. Yeah. And the smart thing
Because you
too,
took it out tax-free. There was no tax
tax-free.
because of the cash value in the life insurance.
Okay, so, and that's something I want to talk about because when then we were at Allianz, you took a turn and went to the, you took an L turn and went to the life team. And,
Yep.
And that team was like, how many people? Like 10 at first?
Not even. I
Not
think there was like, it grew to 10. I think there was like maybe 8 of us at first. It was very specialized in what we did.
Well, here's something that I want to do. I want to back up a little bit, Amos, because let's go.
Oh my God. I miss you, Kath.
I love you. So let's talk about this because I want to go back in your life and and tell everybody like your upbringing, where you grew up, and about your family, real quick.
Oh, so grew up in Minnesota.
Mm-hmm.
Family, divorced, remarried parents. Awesome. Love my family. Love them to pieces.
How many kids? How many kids?
I have none.
No, in your family.
I'm the oldest. And then I have my brother, and then I have a stepbrother, and a stepsister. So yeah, there's all brothers, sisters. Yeah. So, oh great. Family's everything.
Yes.
Without family, you are lost.
Completely.
And they always say it takes a village to raise somebody. So that's what your family is for. Your family is your village, right?
That is correct. That is correct. So, with your and you think about your grandparents and everything else. When was the first time that you ever realized, like, the need for life insurance?
I realized it.
Yeah.
And I took it like serious.
Yes.
Probably. I mean, obviously, when you're in the industry, you're like, oh my God, why don't I have this on myself? Before that, you just kind of do whatever you needed to do, get by or do or what have you. And when I went to, I believe it was by my home, some time around then. Anyways, my dad, I was in some financial issues, and he's like, hey, by the way, I bought a policy for you when you were a kid.
Wow.
So I took the cash value out when I was probably mid-20s.
Okay.
I was struggling really bad, and I needed it literally to eat,
Mm-hmm.
which is no fun for anybody to be in that position.
Mm-hmm.
No fun at all. So I did that, and then I put some of it away, and I used that as some of my down payment on my house like, years later.
Okay.
But, I mean, I was in my 20s, and I didn't even know, because they don't prep you for that stuff in school, that I had cash value in a life insurance policy. And it was, I was at Allianz at the time. It was probably 5 years before I went over to Allianz.
Yeah.
But, which is fine. But no, I mean, it saved my hide on more than one occasion. I'll tell you that. And it wasn't really what the purpose was meant for, but it was, hey, you know what, there's a situation, we have it. And most people don't even have that option because they don't even know it exists.
No,
Or
they
they're a
don't.
preconceived notion that, hey, it's going to cost me X amount of dollars that I just can't afford, and it's way too expensive. And it really, depending what you're looking for, a good agent will work within your budget. If you say I can afford X amount of dollars, they're going to work with you. They're not going to give you something that's 5 times the amount. It doesn't work that way.
No. Doesn't.
And I know I've heard stories from so many agents that they've, had bought life insurance on their children, and they used it to pay for their kid's wedding as an adult.
Right.
Weddings are cheap. Wedding, I guess, average cost I've heard is like $25,000 to $55,000.
Wow. Yeah. How much was yours? How much was yours?
Oh my God, I don't even. My parents loved me. Is all I'm gonna say. My parents loved me, and it was huge, and it was insane, and
I was there. I've known you that long.
And I just married the wrong one, and that's okay.
That's okay.
Lesson learned on a lot of levels.
It might not be Mr. Right, might be Mr. Right now, but no, it seemed like my wedding was not expensive at all. I mean, it was very. I mean, it got done. I mean, we met and married really quickly, but I mean, I don't think people realize that they can use life insurance for their kids' college, for weddings.
They don't realize that they could use it for that, for college funding, for tax-free retirement. Patrick Kelly wrote a book on it.
Okay, well, talk to everybody about this. So, what is tax-free retirement? Because I don't think there's such a thing as tax-free.
Well, surprise, there is. And yes, it is an IRS code, and yes, it is fine to talk about it. Yes, it is legal.
Okay.
While everyone's picking their jaw up off the floor, this is how it works. You put money into a life insurance policy, and you fund it as much as, the MEC limit is.
Okay, so because we don't know what a MEC is.
7 years.
Okay, so
So basically, the IRS got wise to what people were doing. It was the Rockefellers that wrecked it for everybody, so you can blame them. A little history lesson for you. But what you can do is you can front load a life insurance policy. Okay? You can't go over what the maximum is the first 7 years because that's MEC. It stands for Modified Endowment Contract.
Okay.
If you put in 1 cent more than a MEC, it's going to change the taxability of everything on it. You don't want that.
How so?
So people fund it up to the MEC limit for college funding, tax to retirement. They might do it for 7 years. The quickest you can do it is 7. Some people do it, for 15 or 20, depending upon how much time they have on their side.
Okay.
So, say as an example, a grandparent,
all right.
This is a totally feasible option, buys a policy on their grandkids. Their grandkids 1 year old.
Okay.
And the grandparent says, provided all the financial piece and everything else goes through with underwriting, the grandparent says, okay, I'm going to put $1,000 in this policy a year for my grandkid. Okay?
Okay.
Depending on what interest rate it's quoted at, when that little kid turns to be, let's say 25, 30, when that little kid gets married, there could be, the cost of the wedding in there, like we talked about earlier. Or maybe this kid says, you know what, I'm 18, I'm going to go to college now. The parent says, okay, where are we going to get the $30,000 a year to pay for your tuition? And $30,000 is pretty cheap for tuition, but where am I going to get this money? I'm working full-time, your dad's working full-time, whatever, we're doing everything we can. Where are we going to get this money? Well, inside that life insurance policy that grandparent was paying that $1,000 a year for, they could take that money out, tax-free, to pay for the grandchild's college.
So aren't there the 529 plans? Isn't that for college?
In theory, yes. The 529 plan is for college. Now, here's what I'm going to tell you. Same scenario, but the grandfather or grandmother puts it in a 529 plan. What if that kid decides to run away to L.A. and go be a rock star? They can't access that money.
They can't.
They can't.
Can they use it for another kid?
No. My understanding, it's been a while with 529. I'd have to refresh on that.
Okay.
But we'll just go with my analogy. Is you put all this money in a 529 plan, kid says, okay, I'm going to school at Berkeley, and forget it, now I'm going to go be a full-time musician. They can't take that money out.
Okay, and then that money's lost. Is that money lost?
I'm not.
Okay.
Because they didn't.
Well, that'll be another show, folks.
Use it for college, they don't get it.
Yeah. Because, it can only be used for that. Okay.
Exactly. Exactly. So with the life insurance policy, the difference is, say, same child decides, I'm going to go off to L.A. And the parents are like, okay, okay, you're at Berkeley, you're being a good student, and now you're going to go be a musician. Okay, well, you're not going to go out on the road with no money.
Right.
So I'm going to give you some of your money from your life insurance cash value. So I don't have to worry about you starving or eating McDonald's every day.
Right. So, if they're older, though, then they take over the ownership of it, right? Once they're 18?
They can't. No, it depends how it originally was set up.
Mm. Okay.
That always depends how it's set up.
Now they've taken this out. Explain to everybody what it means then when they take that money out and what happens to the face amount. So let's say you have...
Yeah, so in any money you
100,000.
take out of it, think of it this way. It's going to come off the face amount. So say your face amount, or otherwise known as your death benefit, is $100,000.
Okay.
Okay? Just for argument's sake, we're going to use round numbers because it's easy math, okay?
I like easy math. That's better.
$100,000. I do too. And you all know me, so that's why we're doing it this way. So you have a $100,000 death benefit amount. You take out $10,000 for your kid to go tour around the world. Who knows?
Okay.
Whatever you decide to use $10,000 for. Whatever makes you happy, floats your boat, whatever. You take the $10,000 out. Your death benefit is going to minus that money that was in there. So instead of being $100,000,
Okay.
you took $10,000 out. Now it's going to be $90,000.
All right, because now I'm out and I die. And
It's going to go down along with anytime you take money out. What's going to happen is, say you took the $10,000 out, 3 years from now you passed away. Your
Okay.
death benefit that's going to go to your beneficiaries is $90,000.
Okay.
Makes sense, right?
Yes.
See? That's how it works.
Okay.
So the tax-free retirement piece is great. And like I said, Patrick Kelly, I actually had the pleasure of meeting him. Super nice guy.
Okay.
Grow up.
So
And what that is you basically fund a life insurance policy.
how old are you
for
when you
X
start
amount of
doing
years.
this?
It all depends on how much time you have and how much money you have and how much you can qualify for the face amount.
Okay.
So that's where you would want to speak to a licensed agent on, and they can help you get into the nitty-gritty of that. But
And everybody, please know that Amy is a licensed agent. Just so you
I
know.
am. Thank you very
Yes.
much. Third time's a charm. I've never taken that test yet.
Yes.
Don't let your license laugh. I'm going to just say that. More than
I
once.
know.
I've done it more than once. So anyways, back to the story. So what would happen is you would be able to put the money inside a life insurance policy, let it grow, and then you can take the cash value out when you turn 65. So 65 to 85, roughly 20-year span, maybe you're going to get 70, 80, 90,000 tax-free. I don't know about you, but I would love 70 to 90,000 tax-free.
Oh, right. Yeah.
And you can do that because it's in a life insurance policy. And it's all legit. IRS knows about it.
You
And
know,
they're fine with it.
let me ask about, so when we're talking about retirement and you're taking out money tax-free, let's say
Mhm.
that something happens and you have to go to a nursing home. Does that go against you?
It depends whether or not the policy had a long-term care rider on it.
Uh-huh.
So if your client is standard or above risk class, they could be eligible depending upon the carrier, the product, to a long-term care rider on them. That's going to work totally different if they were to trigger their long-term care, aka nursing home benefit.
But, okay, but let's just say, for example, I'm curious. Let's say I've been taking out my tax-free retirement.
Sure.
And I end up in the nursing home, and I still have that. I'm kind of, in the back of my mind, thinking that it doesn't go against my, like, Medicaid spend-down stuff, right?
Well, Medicaid spend down. Okay, two things. So Medicaid, the word aid is in it because it's aid. It's not for your wealthy people.
Right.
Okay, so just side note. So that's like your kind of, it's your aid, your people that are
They need,
low income.
they need help, yeah.
The needy
Right.
that need it, right?
Yep.
So what would happen is so say you've been taking your cash value out
Okay.
for X amount of years. Doesn't matter how many you've been taking it out for a while, right?
Right.
And you have your cognitive ability, but you need somebody to help you get dressed and things of that nature, right?
Right.
You could use the money that you were taking out every year to pay for that nursing home care. That's your
Okay.
money.
That's
You want to go to
right.
the casino and waste it all in a night? You could do that.
Okay.
If you want to take a trip to Vegas, you can do that. Wanted to, whatever, you can do it. It's your money.
Mm-hmm.
The point of the matter is, a lot of clients have used that too because they're like, well, I know I'm getting X amount of dollars out every year. I know I'm going to probably need care by the time I'm 70. Help me design this. So it goes. So there's a way to get, as much possible out to help pay for my care.
Uh-huh. Okay.
That's very common. Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. So,
does that clarify? Do you have questions on it still, or are you good?
no, okay. So, I'm still curious about, okay, when you were saying to pay it like over 7 years, you're taking, I guess, trying to understand the MEC part of it.
Yeah, so think of MEC as the first 7 years. The IRS cares how much you front load a policy, and they're only going to allow it to the Section 7702 corridor. MEC is like $1 below the corridor in the theory. So, super easy way to explain this is it's the maximum you can put in there the first 7 years. And the software, depending upon what you're running, you're doing, the software is going to tell you what the MEC limit is. So you're not going to overfund it and lose the tax-free income. But if you overfund the life insurance policy and you bust through that MEC limit I'm talking about, everything I just told you doesn't apply. Now the money is taxable when it comes out.
Okay.
Nobody wants that. Nobody wants that.
Nobody wants that.
So stay in the
my
MEC limit.
gosh. Now, have you heard of The Power of Zero?
I have. I've actually read that book.
All right. I want to talk about that because that's something I literally just got the book today and I'm going to read it. But can you give us, guys, I got to tell you this. It's really nice having a friend that knows more about life insurance. I've been more annuity driven. So this is my life.
We all are good at certain things.
Can't be a jack of all trades.
That's what makes it unique and fun.
Yeah. Be a jack of all trades and a master of none.
Amen.
Yes. So, explain The Power of Zero because that's tax related too.
I read that book like 2 years ago.
Okay. But
so I'm going to be honest with you and tell you that maybe it's not been 2 years, but it was a while ago, and I honestly remember it, but I don't remember what I should.
Okay. But if you were just to kind of give a because it's a way of getting you into a different tax bracket. So my
well, yeah, I mean it's a way of lowering your taxes.
So you're taking qualified money. My guess is, right, or non-qualified. I'm gonna have a show on this, but
we're gonna. Yeah, I think we both need to read it before we talk more about it.
Okay. Yeah, because
and I obviously need to reread it because that was my bad.
Right.
It's been a while. I didn't think that was coming up tonight as a pop quiz.
No, because I grabbed the book today because I've got got a curiosity.
It's supposed to be awesome. I mean, like I said, I read it a couple years ago. Life was different then. I need to reread it. That's a fair assessment.
So, tax-free retirement does not mean, folks, that everything in your life is going to be tax-free because you've got different retirement vehicles. You've got, your 401ks, which is an F word, by the way. So that's got annuities. I mean, so you're still going to have taxes, but this is, when we talk about tax-free retirement, this is a portion of it that...
you think of it as another income stream.
Exactly.
So you might have your annuity payment coming out. You know that it's going to be $2,000 a month, right?
Right.
Which you're fine.
And in your
gains, $2,000 a month,
you're going to get taxed on your gains.
Yeah, exactly, tax on the gains. That's easy enough to figure out. Kathy can help you. I can help you with that. That's easy. So you would say, here's my X amount of dollars I'm taking out a month. It's going to be, we'll just say $2,000, and I need another income stream of $5,000 a month. How do I get it? Well, start stripping the cash out of the life insurance policy.
Yes, because you're going to get more bang for your buck because it's tax-free.
Yeah, exactly. That's a big S word. It's yay, happy.
Yes.
So you're going to strip the cash value out of it, and then you're going to be able to meet your monthly obligation.
Right.
And you're going to be able to meet the, oh my God, something happened, this is horrible obligation, and now I've got to take a huge chunk of money out I wasn't expecting to do. But I'm going to be okay because I planned for it.
You know, and since we're talking about life insurance, I mean, obviously there's a part of life insurance that people don't like to think about that part of it, but that's the death side of it.
Oh,
because,
yeah. No, and it's death and taxes. As much as I hate to say that, it's incredibly true.
Right. So when we're, okay, and so let's say, I mean, you've taken out some income. I mean, it does decrease face value.
Of course.
But when we're keeping with the tax-free, capital F for free, the tax-free aspect of it, I mean, it's going to go tax-free to your beneficiaries. And, while we're talking about beneficiaries, too, I think it's really important to talk about that, like beneficiary miscues. So many times.
Super, super important.
Well, and let's go back. I mean, look at when I first bought my policies when Keaton was a baby. I didn't know what I could have done and increased my face value without, it was just, didn't matter if my health changed or whatever. So it was, what do they call it? Guaranteed renewable?
Guaranteed issue, yeah. Guaranteed renewable.
Yep. And
now I will tell you this, speaking of this is kind of, you'll find it funny, and those of you that know me will find it hilarious, the sad in the same sense. This is why you check in with your clients as agents to make sure nothing had changed in their life.
Yes.
I did not realize it for literally 2 years, as everything else got crazy. My ex-husband at one point was my beneficiary on one of my policies. Oh, no.
No, guess what?
Yes.
I've got a story about that. So this friend of mine that I used to work with, he got married, and he had a daughter, and so she loved her, and she had a son.
Okay.
She absolutely loved her stepdaughter and treated her like her own. Well, then went wacko, and they ended up getting divorced, and he didn't even want her to see the stepdaughter anymore. I mean, it was just out of the blue. We didn't expect it at all. It was absolutely crazy. Well,
okay.
So she was so sad because she didn't get to see Amber. And then he remarried. Long story short, he ended up killing himself.
Oh my God. That's awful.
Never changed the beneficiary. Susie was still the beneficiary. And
no way.
If she would have been a hateful, spiteful person, she had every right to that money. That was her, right? But because
whoever is the named beneficiary has the legal right to it.
She knew. Because that little girl was still a little girl. He put that money. She didn't give it to his wife, his new wife. Put it in a trust for her stepdaughter. When she turned 18.
Very, very smart movie.
But you know what? So seriously, you think of all the different times when people don't.
Oh yeah.
There's so many
times.
And
they find out the hard way.
So right. So when folks, seriously, when you have any kind of changes, and advisors, you need to be meeting with your clients annually, and you need to ask them.
If not once every 6 months.
Yep. What's
depending
changed?
Upon how much face time you both need in one.
Right. What has changed? Any grandbabies? Any divorces? And, all of that, because any kind of beneficiary miscues, there's, oh my God, so many stories of it. But that's a personal...
It's so unnecessary, too, for it to happen. And when it literally takes 15 minutes to make a phone call and be like, hey, have you had any life changes that I need to know about as your insurance agent and as your friend?
Mm-hmm.
That's the type of relationship you should have a better one anyway, but that's a good way to start with the client. You know what I'm saying?
Well, and it opens up conversations for other kind of products, too.
It does, because, as much as we all want one size fits all and everything's perfect. Life doesn't work that way. And so you need a lot of options. And I believe it was Mark Cuban, or I heard it from someone that said it was Mark Cuban, I don't know, that you need like 3 to 5 income streams to be a millionaire.
You need 3 to 5 what?
That sounds pretty good.
Streams? Yeah.
I'm sorry, what?
Income streams, you said?
Yeah, like 3 to 5 of them to be a millionaire.
Yeah.
So there's qualified plan is one. Your life insurance is another.
Your job is another.
Exactly. Oh, all of it, yeah.
So, let me ask you this, because, I mean, you've talked to agents, insurance agents, all over the country.
Oh, yeah.
Number one thing that they look for, what? Thank you. No, and that's what I was going to... So, in your years of talking to them, what has been the best way for them to get leads?
To get contracted with an IMO or an FMO, because they're going to work with you to get you to be successful, or a marketing organization.
But, I mean they're
there for support for you that you usually don't get just being on your own.
Well, right. I mean, you pretty much have to, but what I'm trying to get at is, like, the number one thing is leads, but, I mean, what have you noticed over the years has been most effective for them getting in front of leads?
I know there's been a lot of stuff I've heard. Haven't witnessed all of it, but from the stuff I've heard, seminars have been really popular. Informational seminars where, you bring the agent and the client and then the client's children. That way there's no issues with anything. Nothing's lost in translation. Or you bring them all into a meeting together. And with that meeting together comes, okay, let's sit down and everybody talks so everybody's on the same page of the same book.
Mm-hmm.
Which is very smart, very considerate, and very respectful.
Uh-huh.
And that's what you want your clients to, feel the same way that you do about them,
Right. So did you ever, you sound like you're in a wind tunnel. Are you outside?
Yes. Sorry.
Okay.
It's so nice out.
Oh, yeah, everybody. I'm in Minnesota, and it's raining like crazy. And where are you?
Scottsdale, Arizona.
Oh, she had to throw in the Scottsdale part of it.
Not
good enough. Not good enough to just, say Arizona. But
no, it's not. No. I do love it, though. I'm not going to even lie.
Oh, my gosh.
About it.
But are you going to love it?
Here,
I mean, seriously, in the middle of the summer?
I cannot wait for it to get hotter.
Really? So you like it? Like 120?
When you get... The day I moved in here, it was 108. I mean, if that's not trial by fire, I don't know what is.
Mm-hmm.
So, I'd much rather have that than 40 below. I can't function in the cold.
No. Nobody should.
Hello. Lots of people are moving to Arizona.
Yeah, exactly.
I'll talk to you in January. Your mood will change.
Oh, I know. It always does. I hate it here. So right now it's not bad. But so I just kind of wondered, because I just know how important it is, and like what kind of topics would get people, because let's be honest, life insurance is really F-word boring. It really is. I mean, think about...
No, it's not, once you get into it, it's not boring at all.
No, I mean...
If you don't know about it, it sounds boring.
You walk into a room, you're at a party, what do you do for a living? Oh, I sell insurance. They walk away.
It's not as bad as used car salesmen. Come on now.
You know what, though? They're right next to them. They're right next to them.
They are not.
Oh, yeah, they are.
Not here.
Oh, yeah.
Not here.
They are. So it's people that they do tend to, think more highly of is like doctors, CPA, because they got to listen to them. But yeah, used car salesmen are, no offense, but it's kind of just what it is. It is what it is. But
Yeah. Moving forward.
But moving forward, so life insurance, folks. Literally, I really am looking at some ways to, I think the power of zero is really the best way to really get people's attention and getting people to start looking at a way to decrease their taxes and perhaps even get down to a zero. I don't think you can get down to a zero tax bracket. I'm going to read it because if it's true.
Yeah, and I need to read it too before I resume this conversation so I don't feel like it's fumbling through this.
Right.
Oh, there's worse things I've done, no.
So, anyway, let's get off this. So, everybody, tax-free retirement. And here's the other thing. When the person passes away, it is tax-free to the beneficiary. But make sure you check your beneficiaries because you do not want, cousin Billy Bob who married, your aunt's sister twice removed, whatever, to get your stuff. And
yeah, you don't want people with Walmart to have your stuff. How about that?
Yeah, because you know what? I mean, heaven forbid. I mean, think about that. Somebody gets divorced, and I'm just thinking of my own experience. The last thing my parents would want is for my ex to get anything of theirs.
Well, exactly. I
and
agree with you 1,000,000%.
Or, so it's like, all right, how do you set it up? I mean, there's different ways. I mean, there's per stirpies. My God, there's so many different things. I don't even remember.
And then, all living children of or something to that effect.
Yeah, so it's not always, it's been
a while on that one. I have to refresh
and
on
the thing is, folks, is literally just wording something the wrong way could not fulfill your wishes. So that's where
you want your wishes fulfilled.
Well, I mean, you've got kids that might be spendthrifts. You can set things up so it pays out over time, so you know that they're still going to get something.
Or if there's a trust owned, a trust owns it because maybe you have a spendthrift kid. For whatever reason, they can't be trusted with a lump sum of money.
Right.
Maybe you have another kid that you're like, absolutely, you'll get it all over a long period of time.
Right.
Another one that you're like, hey, you get X amount every 5 or 10 years.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You never know, and everyone's different.
That's very true.
Everyone's different. And so the good news is when you work with your agent, they can help design a plan for you that's going to work exactly for how your unique situation is.
Right. So let's get off the game of life for a second, but let's. I want to.
No pun intended, right?
I know, right? Everything you wanted to know about life, but we're afraid to ask. So, Amos, what's driving me nuts is my dogs.
I'm not going to lie. I'm getting in the hot tub soon. I'm not even going to lie to you, by the way.
My dogs have been barking nonstop downstairs this whole time. I bet you anything. Okay, I got to talk about this. People?
Okay.
And I don't know what they're barking at because I have the door closed. So, somebody's messing around outside the house, and I'm going to be mad. But there's no reason for my dogs to be barking. But
absolutely not.
But anyway, you know what? It's really windy out. It's storming, and I'm going to have to spank dogs probably when I go down there. But
no, just go get them a undershirt. They'll be fine.
So anyway, I get this little nastygram from. Okay, I live in a townhouse association, and I get a little letter. Oh, I'm getting really irritated. They're barking really loud down there. So I get a letter saying that I leave my dogs outside for more than 20 minutes every day. I put both of them out and they bark the entire time. Right now, my dogs are barking the whole time.
Even close.
And
no way, Jose.
And then I let them run around without a leash. And I'm like, okay.
What?
Okay.
What kind of nonsense is this?
Right?
No, for real. I've been around your dogs more times than I can count.
Winston, the wiener dog, is a barker. He has a bark collar. And I will put that on him. Well, now, but he's so smart that he's hidden it. So now I take Pearl's big shock collar and put that on him. But they said that I put them out there and leave them from 5 a.m. till after 10 p.m.
What are they smoking or drinking? My God.
And
know
I'm
you well enough
going-
you would never in a million years do that.
Everybody
Number one.
knows. It's like, you know what? I do not do that. I'm standing there. I like, you know what? So if it's cold out,
You're out there with your dogs like a good
No.
owner should be.
I'm not out there sometimes because it's like 5 in the morning and I'm not dressed, but they have to go potty. So I put one of them at a time, go potty, runs out. Winston always does like this little quick bark if he sees his neighbor's dog outside. And I'm like, get in here.
Oh, yeah?
And he comes right back in. He pees and comes in. Pearl goes out.
That's serious.
And it's like, okay,
That's funny.
sorry. You know what? Somebody else was outside. He barked at him. Came right back in.
Right?
The the thing on like the city stuff is like if they're barking consistently for over 20 minutes or something. It's like, well, you know what? They don't. I'm right
You know
there.
what? You figured
Right
they
now
would
they
have a
have one.
voice.
I swear. Like somebody's at my door. But
You need to let me go.
well, no. Not time
Well,
for the
dogs
show to
don't
be
bark
over.
for no reason.
You talk for
They
a
don't.
second. I'm going to look out my window. Talk to
Okay, you go
everybody.
look out your window.
Talk to
So,
everybody.
so anyone has questions on anything that we've discussed, please get a hold of Kathy or myself. We can be found, not a worry. But yeah, no, more than happy to help you guys with anything you need. So that's what I'm going to say on that. We're going to wait for her return.
I'm back. I just looked
I'm
at there's
sure-
nobody out there. But
Okay, good.
No. So anyway, I posted something and I said, you know what? I wish I lived on Sesame Street or in Mr. Rogers' neighborhood because you know what? My dogs could be barking right now like that because I'm laying there because I fell down the stairs and broke my neck. But nobody in this neighborhood, with the exception of one who lives across the street from me, would even give a crap if anything happened to me. That's exactly what I feel. And that's really
That's
unfortunate.
terrible.
Because when I grew up, we knew all the neighbors. There was always the grumpy neighbor that would, yell at us for running across his driveway and through
Get
his
off
grass.
my lawn, neighbor. Yeah.
That neighbor. Everybody's got that neighbor. But I mean,
Of course
oh my
they do.
God. That means us kids were outside playing, having fun.
Yeah, you weren't addicted to your stuff.
And so, well, we didn't have stuff to be addicted to. We were outside playing.
Exactly. You didn't have technology like we do
Yeah,
now. Yes,
we
I
had
know.
the ice cream truck. That's well,
If you were lucky on a particular day of the week, yeah.
right. But I mean, they outright lied. So I look at these letters and I send an email back to the person at the association. I go, no, that's a lie. I said, you need to make sure you let them know. Not once have I ever missed an association payment. Why don't they come over and talk to me? That's my point. Where's
that
the
is
neighbor in neighborhood anymore? I mean, and think about where you live. How many people do you know?
We're not discussing where I live.
No, but
Let's
think
not go
about
there.
that.
We know about my fun next door.
Yeah.
But
I mean,
dealt
it's
with
just
that head on.
ridiculous.
It's different.
There's one chick that lives kitty corner from me who has never said one word to me the whole time I've lived here. Be like, hello.
Oh my God, are you serious?
I am serious. I'm like, hello. And she turns her nose up and turns her head over. I'm like, what?
Wow.
Oh, yeah.
See,
And so,
That's not
I've
cool.
asked my neighbors. They're like, oh, no, she's always like that. Her name is Chris in case I'm moving away and I'm glad. Forget it. I mean, but I said to the association, I said, these are the people that will not help you in an emergency. Guarantee it.
that's sad.
And that's
It's
super
super
sad
sad.
because it's like, all right, that's fine. Now, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to kill him with kindness. I'll walk over and go, hi. Guess what? I'm nice. Here's my phone number. If you have a problem, talk to me. That's called being a neighbor.
Are you going to make him a little basket of muffins too while you're at it?
Yeah, and I'll put stuff in it like X-Lax. But
That I want to hear about. Please.
There you
video.
go.
No, I'm just kidding.
I made some brownies for you.
Oh my God.
I wouldn't waste that stuff.
I would hope not.
No.
I would hope not.
Never. But I'm serious, though.
No.
People, for crying
No,
out
maybe
loud.
you should seriously just go over and be like, "Hi, I'm Kathy. Here's my business card."
Yeah.
As ridiculous as that sounds and rotten, that's how some people are, and it drives me nuts.
Yeah. And I got to go to all of them because, of course, they don't. Oh, yeah, because, of course, they don't tell you who it was. Like,
Of course not.
Okay. Well, I'm like.
Can you narrow the side of the street for me, please?
It's absolutely ridiculous, folks. So, when you think about the F words tonight, I mean, Amy, you're my friend. You are. I consider you family. You're my person.
Oh, I do you. If you don't, you hang out with my mom when I'm not there. For God's sake.
I know. Oh my God, your family is amazing. I love them to pieces. But I love you to pieces. You know more about me than anybody else. That's like I said when I was in the hospital. You still love me anyway. And
of course.
I just thank God that you're in my life. And I pray for you every day.
Back at you, honey.
And
back at you.
I love you to pieces. And thank you. And everybody, please take a look at life insurance. If you don't have it, give Hall of Fame Financial a call, 877-941-5273. And I will be happy to get one of our Hall of Fame financial coaches on the phone with you. Anyway, thank you again. Amy, thank you for joining us on the F Word, and we will talk to you.
Thank you so much for having me. It was so fun as always. Love and hugs.
All right, honey. Thank you. I love you, and see you next week, everyone. Bye now.
Okay, bye.